Reigning African champion Senegal was set to come into this tournament on top of the world and fan confidence was sky high. They'd finally won the Africa Cup of Nations for the first time ever back in February, and now some are asking, why not win the World Cup too? Then disaster struck. On the eve of the tournament, Sadio Mane, talisman and key player, sustained an injury that has threatened his participation. It's put a dampener on things, to say the very least. It's manager Aliou Cisse's job to wade through this and sort it all out, and you can bet that he'll put up a strong front and galvanise his players from here. A workhorse defensive midfielder as a player and a real taskmaster as a manager, he runs a strict operation and keeps a talented group of players grounded. His preferred system is 4-3-3, although he does have some flexibility and has moved to 4-4-2 at times as well. Whatever the formation, Idrissa Gueye and Kalidou Koulibaly ensure the spine of this team remains solid at all times, and that getting the better of them is a real battle. Against top opposition, you can expect a counter-attacking tendency to pervade, and that makes sense given the sheer speed at their disposal. Ismaila Sarr is responsible for much of that speed. He is electric fast with or without the ball and should be a key figure in a number of ways. He's able to break forward into space with the ball, leading Senegal on those counter-attacks. He can beat defenders one-on-one in tighter spots, and he's able to provide a finishing touch in the box when required. He also seems to find space to operate on the right, although typically he's aided by increased defensive attention to the other flank where Mane usually plays. So it'll be interesting to see how he fares as the main man. At the very least, he'll get help. Senegal have a striker who can facilitate play and distract defences and chip in with goals, and he goes by the name of Boulaye Dia. Usually more of a support act, he'll be thrust into a more prominent role now, asked to build on a solid season so far with Salernitana in front of goal. Typically, Senegal's play centres around getting Mane into shooting positions, but that must now change, and a guy like Dia must see this as an opportunity rather than a burden. He's got good form for that, at least. He was the one who scored the playoff goal against Egypt to get them here, a truly brutal game which sealed the Lions of Teranga's path to Qatar. Given Senegal had just beaten Egypt in the Africa Cup of Nations final, revenge was clearly on the Pharaohs' minds, so it took some skill to negotiate that challenge. It's these sorts of victories, these big moments that go your way, that can generate such optimism, and that's why Senegal fans are dreaming. Even if Mane can't make the impact desired, they think they can make a real splash here, starting with qualification from Group A. From there, you never know. The squad quality and sheer momentum puts them in a good spot to at least make the knockouts though. If you think they could go all the way, Senegal's odds to win the tournament 125-1, odds that have lengthened since the injury to Mane.